Hi, I'm Erin from Snafood, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Starfrit ceramic blade knife. This is my first time using a ceramic blade knife. I have heard of them before. I know maybe one or two people that actually have used them. One of them being Matt's friend who lives in Hawaii. Apparently he has quite a few knives from what Matt told me, and he absolutely loves them. So I was pretty excited to be able to try out this knife from Starfrit. One of the things that I look for in a knife is obviously it needs to be sharp, preferably sharper than my wit, but it needs to stay sharp too. There's one thing that I hate doing is sharpening knives, just because they kind of scare me a little bit. I'm not really big on knives, but I understand that we have to use them. I use them every day when I'm cooking for my family, so the less that I have to sharpen or hone a blade, probably the better. Another benefit of using a ceramic blade versus a steel blade is the fact that they have next to little pores. So that means that it's going to be a lot more sanitary, and also it doesn't pick up on the odor, which is a good thing for me because I use a lot of garlic and a lot of onions in my cooking. Another benefit is that since it's not metal, it can't rust. Ceramic is also lighter than you would find for a steel knife. Much lighter, even with the protective sheath, is that the word that you'd use that for? The protective cover that goes over the knife, it's significantly lighter than our steel knives. Okay, so now we're going to actually try out the blade. Of course, while I was recording, Charlie decided to eat some of my prep food, and this is what's left of one of the carrots. So as you can see, it comes with the actual cover. And one thing to note is that since it is not metal, it won't stick to your magnetic knife holders if you have one like we do. So I would recommend keeping this way up out of reach from any kid in your house. So it opens up pretty easily, and you can see it doesn't look like a steel blade at all. I'll show you one of ours just to compare. This is probably a little bit smaller, but they don't look the same. You can tell this one's not metal. And now we're going to test it just by chopping up some carrots for our dinner. And even with something tough like a root vegetable, it actually cuts pretty easily. And I hope no one's judging my cutting style, because I have my own way of doing things in my kitchen. Okay? So it cuts through the carrots pretty well. I don't have to really push down super hard to get them cut. And since it is a lot lighter than steel knives, I can see it being a lot easier on my hands if I'm prepping a big dinner or a big meal. Now we will try our hand at chopping up an onion, which is probably one of the most dreaded things for me to do in a kitchen because they make me cry. And just peel this off easily. Tops came off really easily too. And it really just cuts through super easily. I believe that you're supposed to use ceramic knives on wooden cutting boards or plastic cutting boards, not any other material, probably because, I'm assuming, because the hardness of the ceramic blade is pretty close. I think it's right behind diamonds, but of course I don't think diamonds would really be a good seller for kitchenware. I don't think it would I don't think that would be practical, just because you don't want to ruin your cutting boards, your countertops, anything like that, because a ceramic blade is actually really hard. So easily cutting through the onion. Easily made it through the carrots. finish this up, and then I can add it to my dinner.